2020 జేఈఈ మెయిన్ ఫలితాలలో ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ విద్యార్థుల ప్రభంజనం. ఆల్ ఇండియా అన్ని కేటగిరీస్లు 18, 35, 251, 253, 582, 606, 778, 780, 812, 821, 1031, 1049, 1303, 1575, 1654, 1753, 1754, 1978 ర్యాంకులే కాక మరెన్నో ఉత్తమ ఫలితాలు సాధించిన విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్. ఈ ఫలితాలు సాధించడానికి కారణమైన లెక్చరర్లు మరియు తల్లిదండ్రులకు మా కృతజ్ఞతలు. ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషనల్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్.
Hello students, now let us continue with the discussion about what biotechnology. So we have completed the introduction, we have studied about the two scientists, Herbert Breuer as well as Stanley Cohen. These are the two scientists. Herbert Breuer has discovered about restriction enzymes and Stanley Cohen is a scientist who has studied about extraction of the ringlets or what we call it as plasmids. Now, when we take this biotechnology, as we have discussed the introduction, now let us continue our discussion with, even we have completed the definition of biotechnology. According to EFB, what is that EFB? European Federation of Biotechnology. So, for the last class, we just have continued that EFB, what is EFB? European Federation of Biotechnology. Biotechnology is referred as an integration of natural science in cells, the products of the cells, right, and tissues, molecular analogues to produce the products, and these products are very much useful to the human welfare at the industries. It's called as what? Biotechnology. So, we have definition for biotechnology as per EFB. Now, let us continue our discussion. Let us discuss about today's class the principles of biotechnology. What we have to discuss? The principles of biotechnology. So, when you take the principles of biotechnology here, now we have two things. One is genetic engineering and other one is tissue culture. One is genetic engineering and other one is tissue culture. Now, if you look at genetic engineering, so we need to have the biotechnology. It basically works with two important core principles. So, the two important methodologies which we employ in every process of biotechnology, and that makes the production of the most desirable product at industries. Okay, so what are the two core principles of biotechnology? Means what? The biotechnology is an emerging branch. It's a very important and nowadays most emerging branch biotechnology. It purely depends upon the two important core processes. One is genetic engineering, other one is tissue culture. Now, if you look at these two principles, you people are familiar with tissue culture, because we have studied about tissue culture in the strategies in enhancement of food production, in microbes in human welfare, and we studied strategies in enhancement of food production. That major concept what we studied is nothing but tissue culture. It's very important process what we have studied already. You know about tissue culture. Now, let us in this chapter, let us mainly focus it on genetic engineering. Now, let us study first genetic engineering, then we will go with the tissue culture, because you are already familiar with the tissue culture. So, let us talk about genetic engineering. So, when we take the genetic engineering, so when we take the genetic engineering here, now it's nothing but the process of alteration of the chemistry of genetic materials such as DNA as well as RNA. What we are trying to discuss here, the process of alteration of the chemistry of genetic material. So if you look at chemistry, meaning what, with what compounds the genetic material is made up of. We already studied in biomolecules, the DNA and RNA, they are made up of nucleotides. What are nucleotides? Nitrogen bases. What are they? Adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, right. So these genetic materials generally they are made up of what? Nucleotides. Now what we are trying to alter? We are trying to alter nucleotides. What are nucleotides? Nitrogen base plus sugar plus phosphate. Nitrogen base plus sugar plus phosphate. So these are the three things which we have to remember. So nitrogen base plus sugar plus phosphate, together these three together are called as what? Nucleotides. They are referred as what? Nucleotides. Nitrogen base, sugar, phosphate together form nucleotide. DNA and RNA, they are made up of nucleotides. Now how we are going to alter the chemistry of genetic materials? You know it very well. We find the genetic material has nitrogen bases, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, again GCATT, something like this. What do we find on the opposite strand? We find TACGCGTA. So like this. Okay, so here like this. A combines with thymine with 2 hydrogen bonds. T combines with adenine again with 2 hydrogen bonds. Guanine combines with cytosine with 3 hydrogen bonds, and like that, this is how DNA is there. Now what we can do what not, many things which are possible in genetic engineering, like gene transfer, gene cloning, or replacement of the gene, or correcting the defective gene. Suppose if you identify this is a defective gene, because I told you for the last class 3 nitrogen bases itself is referred as one gene, itself is called as one codon, itself is called as one amino acid, itself is called as one amino acid. Maybe this particular gene mainly responsible for causing some kind of what you call some kind of disease, defective gene. So what we have to do, we can today see, look at here, such a wonderful thing it's possible and made it possible with the best branch called genetic engineering. What we can do, suppose if you identify this particular gene is responsible, this particular gene is responsible for causing, okay, this particular gene is responsible for causing a particular disease. Then what we can do, most wonderful thing possible, because Herbert Breuer already has given restriction enzymes. Using restriction enzymes, we can cut this particular gene or a fragment of DNA. We can remove this gene. In place of this, we can add some other gene. Okay, so that is what is called, we can alter. So sometimes what happens, we can remove 1 or 2 nitrogen bases. Then there is a sequence will get altered, genetic material will get altered, or the sequence of genetic material will get changed, right. So that is what is meant by alteration of chemistry. The alteration of chemistry of genetic materials, DNA and RNA, it's possible by addition of some nitrogen bases or by deleting existing nitrogen bases, or whatever the gene we think that it is causing some default or deformities in the embryo formation in the child. Today it's most wonderful, it is possible to cut and remove the gene which is called defective gene, right? In place of this we can add one more gene, or we can continue like that. Anyway, this is we study in the topic very clearly in mutations. Right now you try to understand what is genetic engineering, because total biotechnology we are going to concentrate on the branch called genetic engineering. So, it is essential for us to study the definition in detail. What is genetic engineering? In detail, if you can understand the definition, then you can understand the whole branch or whole lesson or what we have in our syllabus about biotechnology. You can understand the whole concept of biotechnology. For the total biotechnology, the basis is nothing but what? The process of genetic engineering, right? How do we alter genetic materials, DNA and RNA? They made up of what you call nucleotides, and these nucleotides, they can be added or they can be removed, right? So, alteration of chemistry of genetic materials, and I will continue writing definition. I will just continue alteration of genetic materials like DNA and RNA, continue writing, and introduced into host and introduced into the host. Okay, so what we are trying to do here, the process of alteration of chemistry of genetic material DNA and RNA and introduced into the host, and thus causes changes in phenotype, and thus causes changes in the phenotype. Okay, so what we are trying to tell you here, it's nothing but the process of alteration of chemistry of genetic material and then introduced into the host, thus causes changes in the phenotype. Already we made change in the genotype. Genotype means genetic material. So here, suppose if you take, I'll let you know this part very clearly. This is the genetic material what we have. So we cut it here and extracted the fragment out. So this is a fragment, right? So we cut it and extracted the fragment here. Now this particular fragment what we have extracted, now this fragment has some desirable genes. This particular fragment has some desirable genes. So we made a cut here, and we removed. Sir, 1 second, koncham okasari aapandi. So here what we are trying to do here, we are just taking, this is a source plant, let us take this is a source organism. And here we made a cut here, so that what happens here, a fragment of DNA is cutted and removed. So from here to here it was cutted and removed here. Okay. So when we remove this fragment, what is being cutted, it is extracted out. Now this is called fragment. This particular fragment has some desirable genes. This particular fragment has some desirable genes, meaning the genes which I want to produce in the organism. The genes which I want to produce in the organism. Now this cutted part what I removed out here, now this has this will again undergo replication. Even though we remove some part of the fragment of the DNA, but still it undergoes replication, again it joins. Whatever it has, it joins again. So the fragment what is cutted and extracted out here, now that particular fragment contains what? A desirable genes. That particular fragment contains what? A desirable genes. Okay, now this particular desirable gene I am trying to introduce into another organism. This is host organism. What is this? This is nothing but a host organism. Now this particular genome or the fragment I am trying to introduce into another organism. Let us take, this is a genetic material what it has, and here again I am cutting and removing some part. Again I am cutting and removing some part. So in this part we are cutting and removing, into this we are adding this genome. This is added here. Okay, this particular genome is added here. So when we have the source organism here, a fragment is collected, a fragment is having desirable genes, the fragment with the desirable genes get transferred into the host organism. Now the host organism will express its characters. A host organism express the genetic characters, express the desirable characters, expresses the desirable characters. So when we take the source organism or the fragment with the desirable genes, will get transferred into the host organism. In the host organism what happens? Now this cell will divide and produces next more 2 cells. In the next more 2 cells, the new genetic characters will appear. So here this is the original genome and here this is the genome what is being added. This is the original genome and this is the genome what is being added. So here when expressed in the daughter cells, when new cells are there here, when they get expressed in the daughter cells, in this daughter cells it is get expressed with the genetic characters. Okay, in this case the genetic characters will get expressed. As a result of expression of new genetic characters, the phenotype of the organism changes, thus causes changes in phenotype of the host organism. What do we say here? Phenotype of the host organism. What is the host organism? This is the host organism. Into this a new genome is added. When new genome is added, cell divides and produces daughter cells. The cell divides and produces the daughter cells. When daughter cells are produced here, there is a new genome is present in the daughter cells. Because of this new genome, the appearance of the organism will get changed. The appearance of the organism totally it will get modified. As changes which happens in the phenotype, physical appearance of the organism will get altered. Physical appearance of the organism is modified. The physical or external appearance itself is called as phenotype. The external appearance of the organism itself is called as what? A phenotype. Thus causes changes in the phenotype of the host organism. It causes changes in the phenotype of the host organism. What is phenotype? External appearance of the daughter cells or the next generation of the organisms, they will get modified both externally as well as internally with the genes, because the genes are altered. So what you have to understand here is, just take the source organism. From the source organism a fragment is cutted, extracted the fragment out, and why we are taking this fragment? Because it has desirable genes. What desirable genes will do? They will make expression of desirable characters. What are desirable characters? I want my plant to be short. I want my organism should give, or my plant should give more yield. So instead of getting 1 kg of rice, I have to get 5 kgs of rice. Yes, there are some genes in some other organism, they are giving more yield, more rice is coming. So I will cut and take the genome out, and that particular fragment has desirable genes. These genes are responsible for giving more yield. So instead of getting 1 kg, I may get 3 to 4 kgs or 5 kgs. So this desirable gene fragment, desirable gene containing fragment, I will introduce into the organism. Where I introduce, that is called as host organism. In the host organism, there is an expression of new characters. As a result, the appearance of the organism alters because we changed the genotype. So it causes changes in the phenotype of the host, means appearance of the organism totally get modified because whose genome, chemistry of genetic material is altered. Okay, so I just repeat again. So when you take the genetic engineering, it's nothing but the process of alteration of chemistry of genetic materials, DNA and RNA, nucleotides. So when you take nitrogen base, sugar plus phosphate. So when you take these nucleotides, nitrogen base, sugar and phosphate, when you take these genetic materials, we are going to alter the genetic materials and introduced into the host, thus causes changes in the phenotype. So, totally I am trying to give the meaning of definition. I hope all of you understood this definition, because this is very important in genetic, this is very important in biotechnology. What we are discussing here is genetic engineering. Still any of you still not followed? Try to once again listen to this, because each and every word I am trying to give you clarity here. The process of alteration of chemistry of genetic material. Guys, you need to understand why it is mentioned as chemistry. Chemistry of genetic materials. Meaning here, chemistry meaning here chemicals, the compounds. What compounds are present in genetic materials? First of all, what is genetic materials? DNA, RNA. DNA and RNA are called as what? Genetic materials. In this genetic materials, what is the chemistry of genetic material? Means composition. They are made up of which compounds? They are made up of nucleotides. What are these nucleotides? Nitrogen base, sugar and phosphate. Nitrogen base, sugar and phosphate are called nucleotides. These genetic materials are made up of, the chemistry means chemical compounds called nucleotides. Now we are going to alter these nucleotides. How do we alter? Now when you take genetic material DNA, we find sequence of nitrogen bases. Right? On backbone front view you can see hydrogen bonds. Back view you can see sugar that is combined with phosphorus. Same phosphorus combined with sugar, and that is connected with the nitrogen base. This is one nitrogen base and this is another nitrogen base. Okay, this is one nitrogen base and this is another nitrogen base. The two nitrogen bases are on both the strands are backbone structures. They are having sugar combined with the phosphorus. This is one nucleotide, this is another nucleotide. Front view, if you look at, nitrogen bases are present, opposite strand also have complementary nitrogen bases, in between hydrogen bonds are there. So here there may be a gene which is existing, we are deleting. Yes, it is possible wonderfully today in genetic engineering, or we are going to add a new genome into here. We are replacing the genome, or we are going to add a new genome here. As a result, what happens here? There is an alteration of genetic material. Sequence of nitrogen bases get altered. That is the meaning of alteration of chemistry of genetic materials. And what we do after alteration of this genetic material, and again we will introduce into the host organism. Simple concept, we are taking the genome out from the organism. This is a concept here. From the source organism, we are cutting and taking the fragment of DNA out of the host organism, right, and we are taking the fragment here. This particular fragment we are introducing into the host organism. What we are trying to do here? We are introducing into the host organism. So we are taking some DNA, fragment of DNA, cutting, and we are taking it out. Okay, so that is from source organism we are taking it out. After taking the fragment with desirable genes, we are altering the genes here and then introduced into the host organism, and here there is an alteration of genetic material here in the host organism by the introduction of some other fragment of DNA in the host organism. That is why the changes happens in the phenotype of the host organism. This is nothing but the definition for genetic engineering. Now let us go with tissue culture. Let us go with what is called a tissue culture. One of the principle is genetic engineering, and the most important, another very most commonly used method of biotechnology, it's nothing but what? Tissue culture. Let us continue with tissue culture. So let us continue with tissue culture. So I will change the markers. Now let us continue with tissue culture. Now when we take the tissue culture here, generally tissue culture, you know it very well, it is nothing but the process of growth of a specific microorganism or we can take a single microorganism or eukaryotic cell a process of growth of a single microorganism. Okay, what we do here? The process of growth of a single microorganism or a eukaryotic cell. A process of growth of single microorganism or a eukaryotic cell in large quantity what we are trying to do? A process of growth of single microorganism. What we are trying to do? Process of growth of single microorganism or a eukaryotic cell in large quantity, right, in aseptic or hygienic, or we say microbial contamination free. Microbial contamination, a free environment. Microbial contamination, a free environment. A eukaryotic cell in large quantity in aseptic or microbial free contamination into a whole organism. With desirable characters. With desirable characters. It's called as what? A tissue culture. It itself is referred as what? A tissue culture. Let's continue with biotechnology, tissue culture. We'll take the process of growth of single microorganism or a eukaryotic cell in large quantity in aseptic environment, and we are trying to produce more whole organism with desirable characters. So what we are trying to do here? Now we are taking the test tube. In the test tube, we are taking the cell. The cell is called as what? A stem cell. One single cell, when we collect from the other plant, the single cell what we collect from other plant, and when introduced into this is called as what? A extract. This is what itself is called as a extract. So when you take the single cell and get transferred into the test tube, and this single cell what we call stem cell, and it is collected from any part of the plant, it's called as an explant, and we try to add nutrients and we maintain the pH. All nutrients are added, maintain the pH. The single cell will undergo division and there is a formation of many cells, and that lead to formation of young plantlet. Now this, here photogenesis, embryogenesis, rhizogenesis, nutrients, pH, and all that conditions are favorable for the making the growth of the tissue into an endoplantlet. So here, whether we are taking the growth of single microorganism, we are taking only one microorganism, or maybe a single eukaryotic cell. From the eukaryotic organism, a single cell is collected, and in large quantity, a single eukaryotic in large quantity, in aseptic, large quantity in the sense not at a time. We are taking so many test tubes. So here, one cell we are putting in one test tube, other cell, so that at a time we can produce large number of plants. Right? That is what is meant by large quantity. What is meant by aseptic environment? It's nothing but microbial contamination free environment. Means without contamination of microorganisms into whole organism with the desirable characters. Whole organism with the desirable characters, meaning the characters which we expected to produce in the plant are finally produced. So this is what is called tissue culture. You all know very well. So we have two important biotechnology. Let's continue further. So let us talk about conceptual development of biotechnology. Conceptual development of biotechnology. Why? What has made the development of biotechnology? Now, you know the basic process which causes variations in the organisms is nothing but reproduction. We all know it very well. So we have two types of reproduction. One is asexual reproduction, another one is sexual reproduction. Okay, so when reproduction they take asexual reproduction, another one is sexual reproduction. What it says here, generally asexual reproduction, it preserves genetic information asexual reproduction generally preserves what? Genetic information. Meaning what? Here, what is preservation of genetic information? Meaning it keeps the genetic material like that without any alterations, without any changes for generations together. Why? Because single parent will undergo division, and that is what is called as what? Asexual reproduction, where single organism participates in the reproduction, so it preserves genetic information, meaning preservation of same genetic information. What is found in the parent, same thing will be transferred to the daughter, and the same thing will be transferred to the next generation without any alterations, without any changes. So asexual reproduction preserves genetic information. Now coming to sexual reproduction, it's because of what you call generally what is sexual reproduction? Formation of gametes, fusion of gametes, male gamete, female gamete, fusion of the male gamete with the female gamete, and lead to formation of the zygote, embryo, development into an organism. So these all are possible in case of sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, what happens here? It causes variations due to recombinations. It causes variations due to recombinations. So what you see here, asexual reproduction preserves genetic information, sexual reproduction causes variations or recombinations. What are these variations and recombinations? You know, the one pair of chromosome coming from one parent, it combines with another chromosome coming from another one. So here there will be crossing over during cell division. There is crossing over. Crossing over itself is called as recombination. All of you know it very well. What is crossing over? Exchange of genetic material. Okay, so what is crossing over? Crossing over meaning exchange of genetic material. Sexual reproduction, it causes variations, it causes recombinations. Variations means changes in offspring. So parent looks different, parent is different, and offspring is totally they are different. Parent is of one characteristics you find, and offspring you find many variations in the offsprings. Because offspring has new characteristics, they arises as a result of combining two chromosomes. So there will be crossing over here, exchange of genetic material. As a result, a new characteristics are created. genetic characteristics are created. These new genetic characteristics which are created with the combination of two chromosomes, two genetic material that causes new genetic characters, that itself is called as what? Variations. How variations are possible? Due to recombination. What is recombination? You know it very well. At the time of cell division, one chromosome overlaps on the other chromosome. It causes what is called crossing over. As a result of crossing over, there is an exchange of genetic material. So this is come under what? Sexual reproduction. Now, where do you find more variations? Where do you find more of new characteristics here? So here, more characteristics we find in case of sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, it maintains the same genetic material generations together, but variations and recombinations occur in case of sexual reproduction because two genetic characteristics are combined. As a result, new genetic characters will come. They are called variations. Parents are same. Maybe if parents having four sons. Four sons may not look same. Four sons have different variations, right? That's because of recombinations. What are recombinations? It's called crossing over because of exchange of genetic material. Now, when you take the characteristics here, generally people expect to have the characteristics what they want to express in the generations. Maybe if we take in terms of plants, maybe we take in terms of animals. So what happens here? Generally here, you know it very well. So if you take conceptual development of biotechnology, so if you take biotechnology, one is called traditional hybridization. What is meant by traditional hybridization? Itself is called as plant breeding. Okay. What is meant by traditional hybridization? Itself is called as what? A plant breeding. Now when you take the traditional hybridization here, plant breeding here, what happens in this case? You know that very well. Here we take two plants. One we call male, other we call female. So here there is a transfer of what? From the flower, from the pollen grain is get transferred into female flower. Right. So when pollen grain is transferred here and here, maybe we are trying to transfer desirable pollen grain. But what is the important disadvantage in plant breeding? Because people have already studied plant breeding in sexual reproduction in flowering plants. You already have studied the process called plant breeding. What is that itself arises from traditional hybridization. What is traditional hybridization? Earlier ancient people, they used to take two plants, they used to cross the two plants, and there is formation of some new genetic characters. They may be desired characters or they may be undesired characters. The data we developed using with the knowledge of ancient people having traditional hybridization, using that knowledge, what we developed, you know that we developed plant breeding. Right, using on the basis of traditional hybridization, what we developed is called a plant breeding. So when you take the plant breeding here, so here in plant breeding what happens? Pollen grain get transferred into what is called female flower. Male pollen grain get transferred into stigma. Then what happens in this process? No doubt there is expression of desirable characters. Expression of undesirable characters will be more. Expression of undesirable characters occurs along with the desirable characters. Occurs along with the desirable characters. What is the meaning of this? We transform the pollen grain into stigma. Okay. We expected certain type of pollen grain, a desirable pollen grain, to get it coordinated with the stigma. So definitely in plant breeding we expect desirable characters. So along with the desirable characters, we we find more of undesirable characters. Along with the desirable characters, we find more of undesirable characters. No doubt in plan grading, desirable characters will get expressed. But along with the desirable characters, there is an expression of more of undesirable characters, along with the expression of few desirable characters. So there is no guarantee that the desirable, all desirable characters what we expected to get transferred may not happen. Out of the desirable characters what we expected, maybe few desirable characters are get transferred. Along with that, there will be formation of undesirable characters. But later, because of this, later what we developed is called as genetic engineering. Later what we have developed is called as what? A genetic engineering. Now because of genetic engineering, what we can do? We can isolate a fragment of DNA, fragment of gene or DNA with the desirable characters, isolate fragment of gene or DNA with the desirable characters, and these